One of the first things you can do to level up your photography game is to get more creative with your lighting. And in this video, I'll show you the first step you need to take. When you're just getting started in photography, the built-in flash or the pop-up flash that you have on your camera is good enough to get you out of a tough spot if you're shooting and need something to light up your scene and you have no other option whatsoever. But as you grow in your photography journey, you'll start to realize that it is a bit limiting for a few reasons, such as it only fires in one direction. You're not able to adjust the power that much, or if any at all, so it's just not that powerful. And if you're using the pop-up flash with a really long lens on your camera, whenever you fire the flash, that long lens will get in the way of the flash beam and it will cast a shadow in your scene or onto your subject. One of the most important things to consider when you're taking your photos is to always ensure that you're in charge. You're in charge of your settings, you're in charge of your lighting. That way you'll have full control of your results. Now I know some of us may be just getting started in photography and we may or may not have seen an external flash up close. But in case you haven't, don't worry, I have one right here to show you. It has an adjustable head. You can rotate it and point it in any direction you'd like. This particular brand uses 4 AA batteries. Some other flash brands use their own specialty rechargeable batteries. We have the controls and the power button on the back with the LCD screen. We have our assist beam and our wireless receiver area. We obviously have our flash beam area where your light comes from. Don't ever shoot this at full power in your eye or someone else's eye. We have our bounce card here, and this gives a little bit of extra dimension to wherever your flash is going. If you're bouncing the flash upward and off the ceiling, but you still want a little filler light directly onto your subject. We have an adapter port here which can be used for an external power pack if you want to have maximum power in consecutive bursts or if you're on a longer shoot. And we have our hot shoe that attaches to your camera's hot shoe mount. Your external flash can also be used with modifiers such as an umbrella to get even softer light and more dynamic lighting, but we'll go over that in a future video. Having an external on-camera flash is much more versatile and gives you much more control and much more dynamics in your shooting. So it's really a piece of equipment to invest in to step up your photography game. Now we're going to take some pictures with just the built-in flash on my camera. Then we're going to take some with the camera and the external flash and compare the results. Here we have our sample with the pop-up flash on the camera pointed directly at me. You can see it's not very bright, kind of dark. I didn't edit any of these photos. These are straight out of the camera. Next, we have our external flash bouncing up at the ceiling and falling down at me. You can see the drastic difference between this and the last image. It completely lights up the room, and that's because the room is white, so the light is bouncing all over. So that's a good thing if you're bouncing your flash up on the ceiling for the light to fall down on your subject. This next image is the same flash bouncing up at the ceiling, but this time we have the bounce card out to just put a little bit of fill light on me, and if you look in the background where the shelves are, you can see that underneath the shelves are lit compared to the last image where there was a bit of shadow underneath the shelves as well as underneath my neck. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. You can see the shadows there under the shelves and the shadows here under my neck. And on the image with the bounce card, there's not that much shadows. In this shot, we have the external flash pointing left and bouncing off the wall. The area of the wall where the flash was hitting, there was a curtain there, and that's why the image seems a bit warmer than the last image. You should also note that when you're bouncing light off of any surface, the color of that surface will affect the temperature of your image. In this next image, the flash is pointing to the right. And when I say right, I mean camera right, not your right. And this wall where the flash was bouncing off of is a bit closer to me, so that's why the light seems a bit more intense when compared to the last image. And in this image, we have the flash pointing backwards and the light just bouncing forward at me. And in this image, we have the flash pointed directly at me, and you can see that everything is just overexposed. What we could have done to eliminate this overexposure is to just dial down the flash setting to reduce the power. This is what it would have looked like if I was to dial down the power on my flash. So as you can see, you have a full range of controls. So have you been using the built-in or pop-up flash on your camera? And do you plan on investing in an external flash? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Cjam, and I will see you guys in the next video.